Hi, it's Lori from Crystal Earth Magic, continuing on with our series about the elements and stones. Now we're going to talk today about fire element stones, stones that carry the element of fire energy within their being. There are many, many stones that do this, but first let's talk about the element of fire and how it works within our lives. Fire is all about the movement of energy. So fire works through every chakra and every meridian to move energy, to enliven, to add spark, to add passion, to add flame to every area of our body, every chakra. Like I said, every meridian, it moves energy. It's also about our creativity. All of those beautiful creative ideas and things that we have inside of us that are just waiting to come out, waiting to be created onto the earth. And that's about fire, that creative spark, your passion for everything. What are you passionate about? What do you want to create? What could you do for 12 hours and not even take a break and not worry about it because you're so happy? Those are the things we are passionate about, and that passion shows in everything we do. That's fire. Passion is also about our sexuality and how we express our sexuality. And sexuality is not just about the act of sex in and of itself. Sexuality is about that vibrancy, that flow, the brightness behind your eyes, everything that you show passion for. That's part of your sexuality as well as the actual act of sex. And procreation, those kinds of things. Vibrancy, all that vitality, that's fire too. And that's part of your sexual allure. That's part of your sexuality. Fire also is about self-esteem and independence and boundaries. So your self-esteem, what do you feel about yourself? Do you let others tell you how to feel? Do you let others make you feel less than who you are? Do you stand up for yourself? Do you trust yourself? Do you rely on your opinions, or do you go with what others say? All of these things are fire issues. How do you feel about yourself? How about your independence? Are you able to act without being led? Or are you one of the herd? Your leadership abilities. Are you a leader or a follower? If you are a leader, do you lead with your ego, or do you lead by divine will? All of these things are fire issues. And the boundaries issue, also very important for many people. Where do you draw the line? Where do you say no? How much is too much? Do you let people walk all over you, or do you make the rules? How do you take care of your energetic system? Fire is about energy, like I said, and every system in the world, every dogma in the world talks about energetic doubles, pretty much. For instance, in the Egyptian system, it was called the Ka, the energetic body double. That is all fire energy. And so it addresses the whole body, not just pieces and parts. Fire expresses itself through the solar plexus and through the sacral chakras, primarily. However, again, it enlivens every area of your body because it moves energy. Other issues relating to fire, inner child. Do you still blame your parents or your teachers or your siblings for the bad lot in life that you had? If something terrible happened to you, are you still being the victim? Or are you going to take charge now and be the parent for that little child or that person that was hurt? All of these kinds of things. Most of us have some sort of inner child issues that sometimes flare up, and we may not understand them. So these are just a few of the things that fire governs. So we'll talk a little bit about the stones that carry this energy. Again, they all have unique personalities and energies, but in general, if you're looking to get some of that spark, some of that passion, some of that spontaneity, some of that independence and self-esteem into your life, some of that willpower, fire can be a way to help you. And so you can work with fire stones in general and then learn their personalities more specifically as you go along. So let's talk about some of the premier firestones. First, let's talk about citrine. Citrine in its beautiful forms, this beautiful yellow, all about self-esteem and joy and spontaneity and just enjoying your life, living for you. Making you the most important person of your life, having that willpower, knowing that what you have to say is very important and how you feel is very important and what you create is very important. That's citrine, and that is a beautiful stone. Most people enjoy the vibration of that. It's not a crazy wild energetic firestone. It's more of a gentle firestone, and it helps you see that you're worthy of everything, that you can create anything that you wish, and it gets you going on that path to having the self-esteem to start. Another stone carrying fire energy is carnelian. Most of you are familiar with this beautiful orange stone. It's all about taking action and getting started on a project, and keeping with it and just actually doing something. You know, a body in motion stays in motion kind of thing. Once you start, it'll help you keep going on your way and get you doing these creative things that have been ruminating within you. You've got to take that first step, take the first action, and then the universe will support you from there. And that's the energy that carnelian carries. Another stone carrying fire. Now, first of all calcites carry fire energy and that they move energy. Each one acts a little differently, and some of them are actually combined with other elements. This is pure fire. This is orange calcite, absolutely pure fire. Energy very similar to carnelian. Again, it stimulates your solar plexus and your sacral plexus of nerves. And it's all about action and vitality and getting going. Both of these stones, too, help to balance hormones, very much so. And this is just a vibrant, beautiful stone that really, really makes you feel like you want to do something, like you want to act, like you want to create. Wonderful stone to get that going. There's also red calcite. A little bit more earth energies in this, but it's still fire, very fiery. Hormonal balance, once again, helps you get going on a project, on a creative project, and then helps you manifest it because it's got a little bit of earth in it. Another calcite, this is optical calcite. When you look through it, you can see a double image. Iceland spar is another name for it. Absolutely beautiful. This not only brings down the energy of source into your being, it stimulates your solar plexus as well. So crown and solar plexus primarily, this helps you create with source as your guide. Helps you bring those wonderful ideas and wonderful inspirations down into your solar plexus, which is your inner sun, and then you can create and send that creative energy out into the world. That's the energy of this beautiful clear calcite, Iceland spar. Clear calcite also comes in other forms. This is just the rock form, not in the Iceland spar form. Very similar energies, although this also helps you see within. This is more just about moving that energy, bringing the crown energy down and creating through your solar plexus. Honey calcite, another form. This also has air energy in it, as well as fire. So it can be very explosive, but it's also great for bringing those creative ideas down and then creating them through your solar plexus. Another stone bearing fire energy is malachite. If you look at this beautiful green malachite, it's got all these lines and bullseyes. They physically move energy by gradient of color. This is all about willpower, self-esteem, enlightened leadership, all of those solar plexus things. This is a great stone to bridge the gap between the heart and the solar plexus. We often, as healers, find that there is a great divide there, a great gap, because we are just not in tune with our lower body and our heart is in the center, and then our upper chakras are separate, and we just don't connect them. We think living in spirit is up here and living down here on earth is not spiritual, whereas nothing could be further from the truth. You must be grounded into physicality in order to manifest anything, like we've talked about in the other videos. But malachite is a great one to help with that great divide between the heart and solar plexus. And again, enlightened leadership, bringing thy will, not my will, to the table, leading for everyone, not just for you and from your ego. A very wonderful, wonderful stone to feel that you're worthy of all of this, and that you're worthy to lead, and that you have the ideas that will help an enlightened earth, bringing the enlightened earth and the new energy to earth. That's a stone that will really help you, this beautiful, beautiful malachite. Another stone carrying fire is sunstone. If you look closely, you see these beautiful orange sparklies, and in the sun, they're just absolutely glittering. Sunstone, another stone of enlightened leadership, self-esteem, willpower, all of these things. They all have slightly different nuances as you get to know them. And again, they're going to be a little bit individual for each person because everyone is a unique vibratory being. But that is the general resonance of a stone like this. Carries fire, it makes your passion and desire come out, for leadership, for the creation, for all of these kinds of things. And so that is definitely a fire ally. There are also many stones that carry other elements combined with fire. Golden tiger eye is one of these. So golden tiger eye is a firestone in that it helps you with all of these creative urges and creative things and self-esteem, but it's also got earth energy in it, in that it carries hematite in it. And hematite was one of those premier grounding stones. So it's both fire and earth. And so what does it do? It helps to ground fiery energies. It's all about balance, especially the balance between earth and fire. And this is a really great one for digestive issues, helping ground some of that fire in your belly. A really beautiful stone for that. There are other stones that bear fire and water. Fire and water forms a potent polarity. They're opposite expressions of the same continuum of energy, and they appear to fight with each other. It's very difficult to balance for those of you who go from the angry and the rage and all the crazy energy, and then go into what I call the water cave, which is the cave of isolation and sadness and all of that. So there are stones that carry fire and water that help to balance these polarities. One of them would be this pink manganese calcite, Cobalt calcite. Again, the calcites have fire, and then they have a little water energy too. Blue calcite has 3 elements within its being. So it's fire, water, and air. So it can balance all 3 of those elements. One of the few stones that carries all of them that is not a storm stone. Then we have one of my favorites, and that is Larimar. Larimar is primarily water, but because of its volcanic origin, only from the Dominican Republic, by the way, it has fire in it. And so it helps to balance fiery emotions with water. When it's within a stone, it easily balances you. It helps to balance those polarities that can be out of whack. This is also a great stone to put at your throat. It's got a little fire, so if your thyroid's a little malfunctioning, a little low, this can help to kick it up a little notch, but very gently, without putting a pure fire stone such as a carnelian there. So anyway, these are just an example of some of these fiery stones. One more I forgot. Oh, sorry. Vanadinite. This is a great stone. If you need to get started on a project, whoa, does this give you the energy to do it? You may not sit down for 3 days, but it really, really is great at starting a project. Gives you the energy, the desire, the willpower, all that stuff to do so. Okay, so these are just a few of my fiery friends. Many, many more that can't be mentioned, obviously, in a short video. But just remember, fire is about the movement of energy, spontaneity, passion, enjoying your life, joy, willpower, self-esteem, feeling worthy. All of those great things. And we all need a little bit of that in our life, a little bit of creativity. We need a creative outlet in order to feel worthy, in order to have something to do with our fire, instead of just grounding all of it or letting it eat us up with inflammatory diseases. It's great to have an outlet, a creative outlet. And fiery stones can help you to do that and can teach you about your passion, about your desire. So many of us have lost touch with what brings us joy. And fire can teach you and show you where your joy lies. This is Lori with your Crystal Wisdom of the Day.